Welcome to the third session of Python programming. In the previous session, we started data structures in Python. Data structures are the data types used in Python. The data types we are using in Python programming are known as data structures. We already discussed number data types or number data structures, int, long, float, and complex are number data types or number data structures. Also, we discussed string data structures. In the current session, we are going to discuss a new data structure in Python. The data structure is known as list data structures. List data structure. In Python, list is a commonly used data structure. It is a commonly used data structure in Python. Let us see how list can be used in Python programming and how this can be implemented. How list data structure can be implemented using Python programming. What is the Pythonic style of list data structure? For that, I am sharing my screen and directly moving to the previous notebook we already saved in Google Colab. Open Google Colab. Colab.research.google.com. From the dialog, I have to log in. Sign into my same account. In the previous sessions, it was already logged in. Here we can see test.ipyng. Test.ipyng. Click on the link. Our notebook will open. We are doing our programs here. The previous programs, demo on operators, data structure in Python, data types, code string, etc. And next we are going to start with list data structures. Two commonly used data structures in Python is list and dictionary. Dictionary is also coming. Today we are discussing with list data structure. Last class we discussed about string data structures. One of the important property of string was the string is immutable. Compared to string, this list data structure, the list data structure is mutable. List data structure is mutable. Previous data structure string was immutable. Consider an example. List is equal to. Here I am using a variable list. A list is denoted by the square brackets. Consider a set of elements in list 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. A set of elements. Suppose I want to print this list. Print print list. Execute. On execution, the output is displayed 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. The list is displayed. This variable list contains a set of homogeneous elements, but list is not a set of homogeneous elements. I can include several type of elements in the list. For example, 50 comma 60.5 comma apple comma mango. Now the list contains elements such as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.5 is a floating point number, a string apple followed by a string mango. Here the last element is mango. The first element is 10. On execution, the list is printed like this. So list is a collection of elements. It is a list of elements irrespective of type of value, not homogeneous, heterogeneous set of elements. Suppose I want to print the last element of the list. Suppose I want to print the last element of the list. List of -1. List of -1 indicates the last element and I want to print it. Print list of -1. Execute the code. The list is printed first by print list. The list of -1, the mango is printed. Mango is printed. Suppose I want to print the first element. We shall check what happens if we print the list of 0. If we print list of 0, check what will happen. It will print at the first element. Similarly, in strings, the position starts from 0, 0 to n minus 1. From right or from the to print in reverse, we can start like -1, -2, etc. We shall also check with print list of -2. Which element will be printed when -2? Any guess? By checking the list here, apple will be printed. The second element from the right, that is -2. The list of -2, it will be printed. Then from the second to the end of the list, suppose we want to print from the second to the end of the list. From the second to the end of the list. Here, 2 full colon. Check what will happen. It will 0, 1, 2. The second position, that means the position 2, 0, 1, 2. The element is 30. From 30 to last, from the position 2 to the last will be printed. I want to check whether how many elements are there in the list. I want to find the number of elements, that is known as length of the list, LEN. Length of the list can be obtained by LEN. Contains 8 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 7 is the apple and 8 is the mango. It contains 8 elements. To print the number of items, len is used. Consider another list, small list. small list is equal to 1, 2, 3. Small list is equal to 1, 2, 3. Suppose print list plus small list. List plus small list. What will happen? Check. We have list 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. up to mango, and small list is 1, 2, 3. When list plus small list is displayed, the full elements in the list and small list will be displayed. Full elements from this list and small list will be displayed. Then some functions that used with list. List dot append. List dot append. List dot append. 100. List dot append. Append to the last of the list. Append to the last of the list. Then print list. Execute. 100 is appended to the last of the list. List was 10 to mango, and to the last of the list 100 is appended. When list is printed now, 100 is in the list. 100 is in the list. String list star or list data structure is mutable. List data structure is mutable. 100 is added to the list. It is reflected. Old list is replaced. 100 is appended to the last of the list. Old is replaced. Now 100 is a part of the list. Consider list 1 is equal to 10, 15, 20, 25. List 1 is equal to 10, 15, 20, 25. 4 elements. List 1, a new list. List 2 is equal to list 1. List 2 is equal to list 1. Print list 1. Print list 1. Print list 2. Print list 2. We shall check what will happen here. We shall execute only this much code. So I am moving to a next code snippet. List 1 is equal to 10, 15, 20, 25. List 2 is equal to list 1. After storing this, list 1 is equal to 10, 15, 20 and 25. List 2 is also same. List 2 is equal to list 1. Then I am going to append a value to list 1. List 1 dot append. List 1 dot append. 30. 30 is appended to the last of the list 1. After that, I am printing list 1 and list 2. Then check what will happen there. I have appended 30 to the list 1. Upon printing list 2, the 30 is also reflected in list 2. 30 is also reflected in list 2. When list 2 is equal to list 1, they share a common location. As in C programming, list 2, think list 2 is same. They are referring to a common location. To make list 2 safe, then we have to perform copy function. Then list 1 and list 2 are different. Otherwise, it share the same memory location. Now list 1 and list 2 both are sharing the same memory location. The same memory location. To make list 2 safe and different from or different memory location from list 1, we have to use copy function. We have to use copy function. For example, I am copying these statements. List 2 is equal to list 1 dot copy. List 2 is equal to list 1 dot copy. Then execute. Here list 1 is appended with the value 30 and there is no 30 in list 2. Check the previous output. In the previous output, when list 1 is equal to list 2, the output both list 1 and list 2 was same. Here instead of list 2 is equal to list 1 or list 1 is equal to list 2, I am using the copy function of list. Then different memory locations are used by these two. So make the list 2 safe from list 1. What all operations are performing in list 1, it will reflect to list 2 also in previous. So to make safe, use copy function. Then both list 1 and list 2 will be different. Otherwise, it will share the same memory location. Then we shall move to the additional properties and functions of list. List is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. List 1 dot count. We shall use count. List 1 dot count. Count of 10. It means that the number of occurrences of 10 in the list. How many times the 10 occurs in the list? How many times? 10 appears how many times in the list? We want to print the number of times. So print list 1 dot count of 10. On execution, now 10 is occurring one time. Suppose here we have one more 10. The last also after 90 we have a 10. Upon execution, print list1 dot count of 10. The count property won't affect the list. The count property won't affect the list. Upon execution, we got again 1. Here I have used list 1 instead of list. Now print list.count. List.count of 10. Here we get 2. 2 tens are there. 20. Print list count of 20. And also we get 2. 30. 30 is 1. So 30 appears how many times in the list? Count will not affect the list. Then I want to remove an element. List.remove. List.remove of 10. List.remove of 10. Then print list. And we can, after removing, the list will be printed. The first occurrence of 10 will be removed from the list. The first occurrence, the first 10 will be removed. Here the first 10 is removed. From 20 it will start now. The last 10 is there. Then list dot remove 20. Print list. The first occurrence of 20, it is removed. Only first 20 is removed. Only the first 10 is removed. First appearance is removed. Suppose we want to remove the full occurrences. Then we use the decision making statements. We use coding for that. The next method, I want to know the position of 20 now. List.index, index of 20, where 20 lies. List.index. I want to print the position of 20. Print list.index of 20. Upon execution, you can see it is in the second position. 20 is in the second position. 30, 40, 20. 0, 1, 2. 2 is the index position of 20. So list 1 is equal to 100, 200, 300, 400, 4 elements. And list dot extend, list dot extend, which list? List 1. Extend list 1. List 1 is 100, 200, 300 and 400. Then print list. Print list. Execute. To merge two lists or to concatenate two lists, extend method or extend function can be used. The result is stored in the first list. Here list dot extend list 1. The list 1 is concatenated to list and list is printed. Result is stored in the first list. Here list is affected. Previously we used append method. Append is used to add or append only a single element, only a single item. Extend is used to append a list. That is the difference between append and extend. Append method or append function is used to append only a single item. Extend is used to append a list. Then next one, I want to make reverse the list. Make reverse. Print list dot reverse. List dot reverse. Upon execution, here none is outputted. We have to use in two-step method. First, list should be reversed. List dot reverse. List dot reverse. Then print list. Print list. The list is reversed and stored in list itself. It is mutable. Here we can see the output. The list is printed in reverse from 400 to 30. From 400 to 30. To reverse the list, reverse function is used. To insert an element, list dot insert. To insert the element in the last position, append can be used. To insert an element in which position? First we have to specify the position. Suppose I am giving the index 3. The element is 35. Giving index 3 and 35. After that, print the list. Execute. In the position index position 3, 35 is inserted. 35 is inserted. To insert an element in a particular position, insert method can be used. To sort the list, list dot sort. List dot sort. Print the list. Print. The list is sorted in ascending order. By default, ascending order. To sort list, there must be a pre-requirement. All the elements, the list must have homogeneous elements. Homogeneous. It must not be the combination of numeric or string. It must contain homogeneous elements. Suppose we want to sort in descending order. list dot sort reverse is equal to true. Reverse is equal to true. Then print this. Execute. Reverse is equal to true. This capital letter true. E for capital. This is reverse sort, descending sort. To remove the last item, we can use the pop function. Pop function removes the last item or to pop out from the list. List dot pop. List dot pop. Print list. The last item 10 is removed. Suppose I want to store it in an element. Item is equal to print dot list. Then print item. On execution, the popped element item is equal to item is equal to list dot pop. Item is equal to list dot pop. Print item, print list. Execute. The last element is 10. 10 is the item and the list is the 400 to 20. So we have discussed various functions in list data structure. Count method, remove method, index, extend method, append method, reverse, insert, ascending sort and descending sort, then pop method. These are the various methods that we can adopt in list data structure. Then we have one more method, that is split method. In the previous session also we have skipped split method. In our next session we shall consider split method in both string as well as list data structure. Hope you all understand the list data structure. List data structure is mutable. We can perform various operations in this list. It can be a collection of homogeneous or non-homogeneous elements. Okay, you all do these operations. If any clarifications needed, if any doubts arise, let me know. Okay, thank you.